where the doors are mumbling all day long, where the stairs are leading from dusk to dawn, where the windows are breathing in the light, where the rooms are a collection of our lives. This is a place where I don't feel alone. This is a place that I call my home.
Almost game time.
Front double bicep. Quarter turn right. Quarter turn right. Back double bicep. Face front. Thank you, gentlemen. Exit the stage, please.
One thing my dad would always scream at me is wheels, 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 you know, and it didn't matter how heavy my legs were, it didn't matter how exhausted I was. If there's 30 seconds on the clock, I got to give everything I have. And you know, I still remember like going into the dressing room after the games and just being completely gassed and huffing and puffing, and that's sort of the mentality and the physical output that I want to bring to this prep, and making sure that I just leave it all on the table and don't leave anything a chance.
chicks to my Hollywood shows. And I wanna tell you something that you probably should know. It's that Slumdog Millionaire Bollywood flow. And my real friends never hearing from me. Fake ones, wrong answers on mirror for me.
I was like,
Unexpected?
didn't enjoy that. Not even, I don't mind the placing, doesn't bother me. It's the, what time is it? It's noon. Prejudging started at 9:30.
That was a lot of guys.
It's noon. It's noon. That's the only. Then I'm trying to leave. They're like, no, you have to take mandatory photos. Now I have to wait another 30 minutes. Now we have to. Now I'm trying to leave. And they're like, no, you can't use this exit. You have to go to the other exit. Then this woman in a wheelchair literally won't fucking move at all. So I'm like standing there like, I just want to go. Like, I just want to go. I feel like I look like dog shit, so.
Dang. In a second.
Probably eat all 6. Like right now.
We're going for lunch. You can't spoil your lunch.
That's so good. It's juicy.
Shout out Gordon Ramsay.
Juicy, baby.
Shout out Gordon Ramsay.
Huh?
Said shout out Gordon Ramsay.
All right, we're at Gordon Ramsay Burger. Got the truffle burger right now. It's extra juicy, so shout out to Gordon Ramsay.
Where the doors are moaning all day long, where the stairs
What we got? Pizza now?
Got some pizza, 2 pepperoni and 2 chicken ranch. These are probably the biggest slice of pizza I've ever had, and I'm ready to dig in because I haven't had pizza in a really long time, and it's not something I would ever have a cheat meal with, but yeah, I'm really excited to eat this. So
Let's see the first bite.
all right, hold on. All right.
Here. Wait, let me video this.
Does the camera's got to eat first?
Yeah.
Oh, here.
I just did it.
With a flash.
Oh. Okay, you do it.
Wrong camera. This one's got to eat first.
Apparently I did it wrong. Alright.
Let's see it.
All right, let's
Fucking
go.
First pizza in how long?
At
Since
least
Orlando?
if I had pizza in Orlando, yeah, since Orlando for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the cheese.
Thoughts? What's going through your head?
It's crunchy.
It's crunchy.
What's
It's
the undercarriage
delicious.
like?
Yep.
Oh, that's a good undercarriage.
Yeah, it's really crunchy actually. It's really good. Really good. It's like baked perfectly.
Wow.
All right, give it a rating out of 10 before we close off.
I give it chicken ranch 8.4.
Ooh.
Wait. Taste
Let's,
test
do,
this
let's
one.
do the pepperoni though.
Pepperoni.
That one's gonna be better. I can already see it. The cheese. Yeah.
And give this place a solid 8.4, which is good.
That's a
very
good
good.
score.
That is good.
Yeah, very good.
All
So,
right.
I'm very satisfied.
There's no sign around here, but
I
This
literally,
place?
I literally don't know the name of the place.
Maybe you need
Mulberry Pizza.
Maybe
Las Vegas.
At the Resorts World Las Vegas.
All right.
Mulberry Pizza. What's up, guys? Post Olympia update. We are currently just about 3 weeks post show. So I've gotten some food in me, I've gotten some weight back, and I've just been really enjoying the gym again. So just to wrap up, I didn't place once again. This was a very good lineup. However, I did not present my best or even close to it, to be honest. A few things. I definitely don't want to make excuses. I got beat. I made some rookie mistakes. So I am only to blame for where I placed. And to be honest, even at my best, I don't know if I would have placed much better. I'm sure I would have moved up a little bit in the callouts, but overall, placing wise, I don't know for sure if I would have even ended up placing top 15. So I'm not gonna play this whole like, oh, I could have, if I could have, would have, should have, whatever. At the end of the day, I didn't place, and I deserve not to place. So that's just the way it is. And at the end of the day, you got to take your losses on the chin and just keep moving forward. So that's what we're gonna do. Few things about the experience. I had an incredible time leading into the show in Vegas as an Olympian, going to the meet and greet, meeting all the guys. I always have such an incredible time competing. I love competing, and I love meeting new people. I love building a network. So from that side of things, I had an incredible time. I had a great time with the people I was with. They got to experience the Olympia for the first time. And the whole weekend is incredible. And to be a part of the 60th anniversary, we got these super cool snazzy jackets and pants as well. So we got a full tracksuit, which was really cool. And honestly, just to be a part of it, I'm very grateful. 10 years ago, I remember watching the Olympia press conference and seeing these top guys, like Phil Heath, Kai Green, and they're all walking out in their Olympia tracksuits. And, I remember telling myself, like, that's what I want, and I made a promise to myself I wouldn't go to Vegas until I was there competing at the Olympia. And, thankful for God, I was able to do that 2 years ago. And, I'm very grateful to have been able to come back and, be a part of that. So, you know, it's always humbling, you know, being around the best in the world, and it makes you realize like there's still a lot of work to do, which is the most exciting part. So a couple things like for my peak that I messed up on. After looking at my pictures, I definitely feel like I spilled over a little bit, and I think it's because I was carbing up kind of as if I was in better shape, you know what I mean? Like, I was kind of carbing up as if I was at that point where you can't spill, and, you know, clearly I wasn't, so I should have been a little bit tighter with my carb up, a little bit tighter with my sources. But then I also felt like I kind of started to get flatter as the pre-judging went on, so I'd used a little bit of a diuretic for this show, which I don't usually. I don't usually push diuretics, maybe a very, very, very small amount, but I just felt like as the prejudging went on, and it was 2.5 hours, I just kept getting flatter throughout, while also being spilled over. So it was just not a good look. You know, 9 weeks of prep, taking on a new client technically within myself, and having to learn a new body technically. And then I had a lot of kind of roadblocks going through the prep. I started 9 weeks out. I came off a move, drove across the country, moved across the country, had several competitions to be out for clients, which does not bother me and typically does not really get in the way of my prep, which I don't feel like it did this time. It was just a little bit of added stress. But the main thing was like just my supplements. They just weren't agreeing with me. I switched sources for this prep, and I just noticed a lot of inflammation, a lot of water that I don't normally hold, and that was kind of a huge battle going through the prep, and you know, managing my gut through the prep because of that. I definitely noticed kind of like a big roadblock, you know, throughout that process, and it was a big learning process as well. And you know, all I can say is don't go the cheap and convenient way. But outside of that, you know, I definitely learned a lot through the prep that I'm so grateful for as a coach and an athlete. But yeah, it just wasn't my best, you know what I'm saying? So I had a great time overall. I definitely don't, you know, regret anything. I'm very, very proud of myself for getting myself back there. However, going forward, I need to be realistic with myself in what I'm doing this for and why I'm doing this, and where I want to go and where I want to be and where I am now. And, you know, as proud of myself as I am that I've been able to, you know, become a 2-time Olympian and 3-time pro winner. I've you know, I've only done 5 pro shows outside of the Olympia, and 3 of those are wins. One's third, one's fourth. So I've had a great career so far. I'm very proud of that and everything. I had a very great season, 2 wins out of 3 and a 3rd place. You know, I'm really proud of that and all, but like, what do I want going forward? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I really believe I can get myself into that top 15, top 10, top 5. It's all a matter of bringing the package that needs to be brought, which is more size, better conditioning, less gaps. So where I see the gaps right now, definitely in my legs, mainly my hamstrings, my glutes especially, and then my low to mid back. I just feel like, I lost a little bit of an element to my physique this past year or two. To be honest, I didn't bring like that gnarly hard conditioning that I typically would or do. I feel like I was missing this 3D dense element to my physique. And to be honest, I feel like a lot of that has to do with training and how I was training the past couple of years. So I was being coached, and it was definitely a different approach than I'm used to, and I had expressed that concern going in. The training was a little bit more science-based with more like isolation focus, machine focus. And it really brought me away from the basics. Like, it really brought me away from like training with intensity and just doing the hard, heavy compound movements that I've been doing my whole life that have built my physique. And so one main thing that I'm going to be changing about my off season now that I coach myself is, one, the food choices. That was a huge thing that I kind of experienced last off season, was a very low variety of food choices, and I feel like that really affected my gut negatively, and my progress negatively, to be honest. So, but back to training. I'm back to training like on a split that I like, which is chest, back, hams and glutes, rest, shoulders, tries, back and bis, and then quads and glutes as well. So 3 on, 1 off. Much higher volume. So that was another thing. I was doing low volume before, like literally 5 working sets would be my whole quad day. And given that I need work on my legs, I just feel like I should be doing a lot more volume, a lot more intensity, a lot more volume of sets, volume of reps, drop sets, intensifiers, just more output. I feel like that's kind of the determining factor of where my physique was lacking, was my total output. So that's one thing I really want to work on this season. You know, for my cycle, just making sure I'm using compounds that agree with me, that I feel good on, and you know, being able to push the envelope, but being a little conservative at the same time, you know what I'm saying? So, and then just making sure my gut is in a good spot. That was, you know, these are all issues I was dealing with last off season, which is why I have excitement going into this off season, knowing I can mitigate those issues myself as my own coach, but also just making sure that I'm in an optimal, like, you know, state of mind, state of body, state of being. And if I'm making sure that all my biomarkers are in a good spot, which currently they're the best that they've been in 2 years, then I feel like I'm going to make a lot of progress, and that's what's exciting to me the most. And so that's really all I'm going to do is right now just get back into bodybuilding, get back into what got me to where I am today, what helped me build the physique that I have today, and really what brought me my calling card, which was conditioning and 3D density. And I just feel like I didn't bring that this year, and I really do feel like the training principles were a huge factor in that. And so now let's just get back to work. It's about bringing up the lagging body parts, completing the package, making sure that everything's balanced. And going forward, you know, obviously I'm going to get asked what my competing plans are going forward. And as of right now, I don't really have any. To be honest, I'm just wanting to get back to work and wanting to do what I do. And right now I'm having a blast. You know, my training's the best it's ever been. My gut health, my sleep, my mental health, how I feel overall, like my brain inflammation's gone. I'm very clear-headed, and I'm just very, very excited. You know, I took a loss at the Olympia. It is what it is, and you know, I've learned a lot from that. And you know, the most important thing is that the most important thing that I learned is that you know, when I got it, like, I'm my harshest critic, so I'm always extremely real with myself, a little bit too real at some points. And you know, maybe I have to be a little easier on myself at, you know, sometimes, but I just feel like I've been doing just enough to get myself to the Olympia. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can get a pro win, that's cool. But I'm just doing just enough to get myself to the Olympia. Whereas my goal is to be better than that. My goal is to be, you know, ranked in the world and giving these top guys a good run for their money. But I don't feel like I'm putting in that maximum effort. And I don't feel like the things that I'm doing behind closed doors are not conducive to getting myself to that next level. I feel like I've been comfortable. I still work hard, don't get me wrong. I still, you know, give it my all, sort of thing. And I'm very disciplined, obviously, but there's holes in my game still. There's gaps to be filled. And, you know, when it comes to my routine, my habits, and again, the things that are being done behind closed doors, I just feel like there's another element that I could be improving upon. And if I want to get to that next level, I need to operate at that next level. And, you know, I always look at guys like Jordan and Kobe as inspiration, in the sense that they were known for their work ethic and, you know, the amount of effort that they put in, and they were always the hardest workers in the room. So, you know, I see them as inspiration in this case of just, you know, being the earliest one to practice, you know what I'm saying, and being the last one to leave, and getting those extra shots in, and just always finding a way to be better and to do more. And of course, you know, you have to prioritize rest and all that fun stuff, but you know, it's a matter of more output and more taking care of myself, and just making sure my cup is full all the time. So this season will be dedicated to just laying low and doing the work behind the scenes. And you know, the goal is to come back a lot better. I got to be real with myself and just admit that, you know, I'm pretty much just good enough to get myself to the Olympia. But if I want to keep placing the last call out, I'll keep doing what I'm doing. If I don't, then I got to step it up, and so that's what we're gonna do. You know, I don't ever blame anyone or anything. I don't blame judges. I don't blame politics. I don't blame anything. I don't believe a man blames anyone for his shortcomings. I believe a man looks within every time he comes up short, so that he can learn why he came up short and to make sure it never happens again. And from here on out, you have my word, I will be better. I know that for a fact. I've already put the plan in motion, and I will continue to work on myself internally and externally, and we will bring a better package for next year. Is if that's when I choose to compete. Maybe I take the year off, I don't know, but I do see myself competing next year. I do see myself at the Olympia next year, and so that's the goal. So, you know, thank you all for the support leading into the show, post-show. You know, I'm so appreciative to be able to do what I do, and the fact that I can share my passion with so many of you really means the world to me. I really appreciate you guys even watching this. You know, it's been an incredible year, a year of growth, a year of learning, and we're not done yet. You know what I'm saying? The year's not over, and once the year is over, we're on to the next 2025. We're gonna make sure that it's a better year than the one that we just had, which really was an incredible year. So really appreciate the support. Thank you all. God bless.